Hello and thank you for watching You Money Happiness, a channel that's devoted to folks who want to live a good life and who understand that money and money management have a significant impact on our personal experiences. Please do take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment. So my name is Armando Roggio, and in this video I'm going to provide you with a basic introduction to a simplified employee pension or SEP IRA. Now, my goal is not to cover every nuance or provide you with the ultimate guide to SEP IRAs. Instead, this video is meant to be a really basic introduction. It's supposed to provide you with enough information so that you can decide if a SEP IRA might work for you. If it does, you're probably going to want to do a little bit more research. Now, speaking of research, I previously made a video discussing a so-called traditional IRA or individual retirement account and its after-tax version, the Roth IRA. So if you are not generally familiar with IRAs, you might want to take a moment or two and watch that video too. So what is a SEP IRA? Well, to define it, I'm actually going to read you a quote from Arielle O'Shea. I think that she provided an excellent and concise definition of the SEP IRA in her August 2020 article for NerdWallet. O'Shea wrote, quote, "A simplified employee pension IRA, or SEP IRA, is a type of traditional IRA that lets self-employed people and small business owners save up to $57,000 in 2020 toward retirement. But contribution rules mean that these plans tend to be best for companies with few or no employees." End quote. Now, frankly, that's about it, other than to perhaps add that a SEP IRA is also a way for an employer to provide a pension plan for its employees, even if it has more than a few. One of the key features of a SEP IRA, which can also be something of a gotcha for small business owners who are unaware, is that it requires proportional contributions for all eligible employees if you make a contribution for yourself. That means if you have a small business with, say, 3 employees and you want to contribute 10% of your income to a SEP IRA, you're going to also need to contribute 10% for each of your employees by law. Now, this is probably the reason that O'Shea wrote that SEP IRAs can be best for businesses with few or no employees. It's also one of the reasons that I think these work best for freelancers or for folks who have a small but profitable side hustle. Now, it's also worth mentioning that SEP IRAs can be tax deferred. So if you make $100,000 this year and you contribute $25,000 to a SEP IRA, you're only going to pay taxes on $75,000 this year. Make sense? Well, next, perhaps the biggest advantage of a SEP IRA is that you can make monster-sized contributions. So here's an example. In the 2020 tax year, the cap for contributions to a traditional IRA is $6,000 for folks who are younger than 50 years of age and $7,000 for folks who are over 50 years old. The contribution limit in 2020 for the SEP IRA is $57,000 or 25% of your total income, whichever is less. This means that if you are a big-time earner, you're going to be able to put away a lot more of your money in this tax-deferred account. Now, I need to mention that the limits, etc., change. So if you're watching this video after August 2020 when I recorded it, you're going to want to check with the IRS for the most up-to-date information. That's really it. A SEP IRA is simply a form of retirement account that is often helpful to small business owners or sole proprietors, self-employed folks. I hope you've enjoyed this basic introduction to the SEP IRA. Maybe it was useful, informative, maybe even a little bit entertaining. Please take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment. I'd especially love to hear if you have topic ideas, if things you want me to cover in future videos. Again, thank you and take care.